Hello, everybody. It is Demo Donna here, and I was just staring at my computer string and I didn't hit go live. It happens sometimes. Anyways, thank you for joining me. Happy Wednesday, the first Wednesday of March, and I'm excited to show you the Crafty Courtyard Kit for March. And it's your birthday. That's what it's called. It's your birthday. So I'm going to be showing you some really fun birthday themed amazing things by Pink and Mame. Thanks for joining me, Sherry and Karen and Chu. Hello, everybody. And Amy. Oh, my hair looks nice. Oh, thanks. It was too short to curl. Now it's getting a little longer. So hello, Lori, Katrina. Hope you guys are all doing well. We just got, I want to say 2 feet of snow from our blizzard last night, so that's been fun. My son built a maybe 6-foot snowman looking into my back window, so that is going to absolutely scare me to death, probably when I take my dog out to go to the bathroom tonight. So I'll post a pic of my snowman, my very giant snowman staring into my kitchen window on my Demo Donna Design Studio page so you guys can take a look at them. Okay, I'm rambling. I was told to chat with you guys, so here I am chatting with you guys. Let's get into all the fabulous goodies in this kit. I know by the time it gets to me, 80 degrees, Lynn, nice. We'll get that soon. I miss those days. Okay, so let's get into the fabulousness such as the Crafty Courtyard Kit. So I think I'm going to move over. I'm going to get rid of my face. Bye-bye. Not really bye-bye, but goodbye for now. Okay, and let's go. Oh, geez. Let's see if I know how to do this. There we go. Super. It's so nice when it works. Okay. So I'm going to bring all these guys up here. I forgot my little mesh bag. Typical. Okay, to start, minus the glare, there is this wonderful 6x6 stamp set, and you get these 4 nice giant stamps. Can I just tell you, I'm a huge fan of the giant stamp. If you have a nice decorated card on the front and you want a nice big stamp on the inside, of course these are all nice and round, which I really love too because it's something different. They fit inside of the balloon dies, which is super awesome. I absolutely love that. So I went ahead and stamped all of them out. So it's party time. Let's celebrate. Have the best birthday ever. Happy birthday. So those are really fun. That is the stamp set. Then you have the dies. So you have the giant die, and then you have this little trio balloon die, which you can obviously use together as a trio. And then you have the balloon strings, and then you also have like this guy here, which is a mini version of the big guy, so you can use that separately as well. So that is the die set. Next we have the embossing folder, which is really cool. I love embossing folders like this because you can use that for the background of all your birthday. I remember back in the day, probably like 15 years ago, everyone had the same happy birthday embossing folder. I would see it on so many cards and so many booths. So it's fun to have another word embossing folder. Let's move these out of the way so you can actually see how cool this is. If you are not familiar with embossing folders, all you do is open this bad boy up, stick your cardstock in here, close that, run it through your die cut machine with your embossing folder sandwich, and then you get your cardstock with that beautiful texture, all those fun words, and you can take your Versamark ink over it and put embossing powder on it. You can lightly hit it with a colored dye ink. I like to just use it for textured paper and have it a little subtle in the background. But you know, play around with different things. There's, of course, fun different ways to use your embossing folders. I've also seen different techniques where you actually ink up your folder with a Versamark, put your paper in, run it through, and then you can emboss it. So that's another technique. But if you know me, cleaning up those kind of things is a lot of work. So I like just going the old school, run my cardstock through my embossing folder. Okay, move on, Donna. And here we go. The purple sticky gems in this month's kit. I love them because there is that light purple, and then you have this beautiful kind of, I'm sure you guys know, maybe like a violet, and then that dark purple. So really pretty, and those coordinate nicely with the last 2 months. So we've got the green, the pink, and now the purple. So this makes me very happy to add to my collection. I gotta tell you, one thing about buying, you know, adhesive gems is you usually get like 1 or 2 rows of color. So I really, really appreciate the 2 sizes and that you get several rows. So that makes me so happy because now when I use 4 or 5 of them, you know, on one card, I don't feel so bad because I know we are all hoarders. Whoops, I'm just throwing stuff off my table. Don't mind me. We got to make room for all of our gems. Okay, next we're getting into the papers. The specialty paper is amazing. Do you see what I see? Do you see this gorgeous glittery pink paper? I didn't use it tonight because, like I'm telling you right now, we are all paper hoarders, and I'm like, this is so pretty. I can't wait to use it. But I'm sticking with my purple theme tonight, but I will definitely be diving into this pink. Isn't it amazing, Maureen? I just love it. So pretty. And then I did use some of my gold. Let's see if I could kill that glare. So you do get a full sheet of the gold, but I cut into mine for one of my cards tonight. Then we also have the It's Your Birthday pattern paper. And I absolutely used my pattern paper. So some of these are cut. In your kit here, you get a sample pack. So once these are released, you can purchase more of these where you get several of each color, because 1 sheet of dots, 1 sheet of stripes, 1 sheet of stars was not enough for me. But what I did when I first got my pack is I kind of separated them into kind of categories where I would use my papers together. So you have this color palette, and I feel like all of these go very well together. This first color palette, like that will all work very well together on one card. Then you got these yellow and greens. Then you got like the next cluster, which I also think will work really well together. These 2 solids, or you can mix and match them with the other ones as well. Then you have the sprinkles, the chocolate sprinkles and the strawberry sprinkles. Then you have these really cool dots with like a chocolatey background. Love that. And then very cool candles. All right, those are all my papers. Again, in your kit, you get a sample pack, 1 sheet of each. And then at the end of the month, you can buy yourself a big girl pack. Okay, the papers included in this month's kit are stop sign, night sky, sunny sky, and moss. Okay, show of hands, everybody. How many of you kind of didn't buy the cardstock? Because like me, you're like, oh, I have cardstock, it's fine. But then you started getting these kits and you started getting this cardstock, and then you became obsessed with it. Because I'm just saying that is absolutely what happened to me. And now I am very happy to be the proud owner of the full collection of the Pink and Main cardstock. I still don't have the full collection of inks to match, but I'll get there. So really love, this is nice thick quality. You also get 1 sheet of white cardstock. which is great. Same quality as their colored cardstock. And this is the sequin mix. The glares, right? You're a paper hoarder too? What is wrong with us? I don't understand. Like, why do I save it? Because the funny thing is, I can save something for 15 years and then look at it 15 years later and go, oh, this is so dated. Why did I save it? So use it now. Styles change, everybody. Use your pattern paper now. Okay, here is the fabulous sequin mix. And I've gone 10 minutes into showing you all these goodies. We got to create something. Last but not least, you get the mesh bag. And then I do love the sketch ideas. I like how basic it is, actually. I like how it's not colored. So you can just follow the design and go rogue. And this is like a great opportunity to mix and match some of your different printed papers that you get in your kit, as well as just solids. So check that out as well. Sometimes I forget to flip that paper over. All right, you guys, it's your birthday. It is Pink and Main's birthday in March, so I love that they celebrate every March with an actual birthday theme. For my first card tonight, you guys, we are going to do a fun fold. And I am going to start by using my scoreboard. Like, we are going all out. I am actually going to score a cardstock for you first. I've been practicing all day. No, I'm just kidding. Very easy. All right, I am going to put my light board down. I am going to grab my scoreboard. And this is really easy, and I think you're going to want to recreate this card. So you can grab your pen right now and grab your piece of paper, and this is what you're going to write down. So this is just a half a piece of your cardstock. So I just went ahead and cut it 4 1/4. And this is I forgot the name of this fold. Accordion fold, maybe? Maybe it's accordion fold. It's been a while. Okay, and I'm going to take my great little tool here. So we are going to be scoring this in 4 places. Pull that down. Okay, first score is at 2 1/2. There we go. 2 1/2. Then I'm going to score it at 3 3/4, which is right here. For all of my students out there, I mentioned several times that I've held off on buying a scoreboard. And now that I have one, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what took me so long. Okay. 6 3/4 is the third score. And 8 1/4 is the final score. So I will repeat those scores. And 2 1/2 is your first one. 3 3/4 is your second one. 6 3/4, and the final one is 8 1/4. All right, that is the fun part. That is all. That is all we need from you today, lovely scoreboard. Thank you for your assistance. We will now go back to our other part of our show. Okay, now the folding. And obviously you can just create this design on an A2 card front, but you are going to fold back. Then we are going to fold towards. So, you know, they say the waterfalls and the valleys, but I'm just going to say away from me. And then I know, right? I am going to be that person too, Sharon. I am going to use my scoreboard all the time. I kind of have just always folded things. Oh, well, happy birthday, Frida, 21st of March. Happy birthday to all you March birthdays. This is what we just created. So it's like a lightning bolt. And I put away my little machine to actually, you know, fold these down. So I'm going to use my fingernail. See, that's part of not having a scoreboard either. I'm just used to using my fingernail tool. And by the way, this is now the same size as an A2 card. use this from last week. See, there we go. Same size as my A2 card, so that will fit right in your frame. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the score things again, just in case any of you missed it. 2.5, 3 3/4, 6 3/4, and 8 1/4. That is where you score. And that is now going to be my card front. The next thing I'm going to do, I just dropped all of my paper pieces. So next thing I'm going to do is pick everything up. It's not too bad. Maybe. Okay. Oh, there's so many fun things down here. Okay, I'm back. That's funny. Okay, the next thing you're going to do is cut out two. So these are going to be like my background pieces. And these are just 4x4. And we are going to layer them on these guys. And these are, I did 3 3/4 and 3 3/4. Made it easy. So let's glue those together. So the reason I'm doing something a little bit more than just gluing on the front of my A2 card tonight is because I wanted, it's a birthday card. And probably like most of you, you got to step up your game during birthday card making season. It gets a little crazier. A little bit more pop-up, a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more sparkle, a little interactive. You know, right, Misty? If you're out there, she's probably working. Okay. Oh, hi, Teresa. Oh my goodness. I have a very fun shirt on that's kind of puffy and loose, and it keeps knocking everything off my table. And I have big, giant, puffy sleeves, which is also pulling everything off my table. So I'm glad you're not watching my face as I'm losing it, going, come on, help, guys. Okay, so for my first layer, we are going to stick this guy on. And since I can't glue this guy because you don't want any adhesive to be touching this. So I am now I'm not going all the way to the top either because I'm going to be layering this down. So I'm going to go right about there. Okay, so this is layer number 1, and you're going to start to see, who knows, how many of you have made this fun fold card before? I'm sure some of you have. So we are now going to open that guy up, and we are going to add the second one. Now for this one, you don't want to just drop it down. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make sure this lines up. So I'm going to set this in there. I always make it look a lot more difficult than it is, by the way. Do that, and then I'm going to drop that down and make sure they line up. So I'm going to scooch that over before I stick it down. There we go. Okay, so now we have our 2 layers, layer 1 and layer 2. And now we're going to do the last one. And for this one, this piece here is, I think I cut it smaller, 2.5 by 4. And with this one, you just lay that right in there so you can adhere the whole thing. This is your matte piece for the bottom, and I want it to match too. Did I already do that? Oh my gosh, I put it on the wrong spot. That's why we didn't stick it down yet. There we go. Whew, whew. Got all frazzled. That is funny. Okay, so same with this one. I want to make sure these guys line up. See what happens when you get more complicated. It's worth it. I can do it. I'm sure my students out there are laughing at me. They're like, what do you mean? This is exactly how you are in your classes. Okay, there we go. I hope you are going to post this and all the measurements. You know, I'll probably do that. I I've said it a few times. I mentioned it, Teresa, too. I repeated myself like 3 times in the beginning. But you know, if you need me to send them to you, I will as well. Okay, you guys. So here is our card. So like I said, this is an A2. So that's what's really fun about this. And then this is now our card base. So once you have this really simple card base figured out and those measurements, then you can create these. And it's a pretty simple fun fold, pretty basic. So for this bottom piece here, you have 2 choices. You can leave that just like that. I really don't know why I didn't center that very well, but it might be too late. Yeah, it's too late. We'll leave it. I'm going to put my stars in there just because I love stars, and this is really cool paper. I'm a little obsessed with this month's paper pack. This has me written all over it. Okay, so now we have bloop. Lots of fun. Okay, next, of course we are going to use one of our balloons. I thought it would be fun too to add a little stripe. So, or maybe do we want that on the bottom? My stripe's kind of busy. Maybe I'll just do the stripe on the dots because those stars are really busy. So maybe what I should do, we're going to add that stripe on the stars. I mean on the dots, not the stars. How fun is that? And that is just a little piece, 1/2 inch by 4 inches, just to add another fun little layer. All right, we have our balloon cut out in the lighter purple, and I am going to take my stamp block, find my stamps, that I have them right here. Oh, we got to pull those out too. We're going to need our purple gems. Okay. And I think I am just going to go with the basic happy birthday. Even though I stamped all of them. I actually love that my ink has stained these all slightly pink. It's pretty. I mean, you know, I could clean them, but where's the fun in that? All right, and I am using, I wanted a really dark purple, and the only purple that I have with Pink and Main is the lighter one. So I'm going to use my VersaFine Clair, and this is Monarch. And this is actually a pigment ink, but I'm not going to emboss it. It's not as wet as like a clear Versamark ink, so you don't really need to emboss it. It dries a little quicker. But I'm going to ink that up and then go ahead and stamp that. Just kind of center that in there. Give it a good squish. I'd have to say my weakest muscles are probably my hands. I can't open anything anymore. So, you know, really make sure that's on there good. And, you know, just in case that happened, I have lots of backup. So, ooh, I kind of might even want to change it to it's party time. I'm doing it. That's not terrible. Not my worst stamp job, but I didn't push very hard. I'm also not hovering over it. So when I'm demoing for you guys on camera, you're probably about 1.5 feet away, where if I was creating, I would be stamping that right over me, so I would have much more pressure. Okay, it's party time. Here we go. I am going to grab, do I want to pop it up? I do. The nice thing about Pink and Main's foam is the dimensional commitment is not too great. Like this is 1/8 of an inch, so you can layer that up if you want it to be thicker. If you want to still be able to ship a flat card, but you still want a little oomph. We always want a little oomph. And I haven't quite decided if I want a string hanging. If I don't, we'll see yet. But here is my It's party time. So that is going to be the front so far. Now we're going to work on the inside. And I am going to do, I'm thinking. I think we're going to do a dark purple, a light purple. Ooh, or maybe we do a green and a blue. There's a lot of choices. Oh, maybe this one needs to be the green. This one needs to be the blue. There we go. All right, so I am just going to place these here first. They fit together very easily. I have worked with a balloon trio before. That was very complicated. So this is nice how easy this one is. So bump, bump, bump. So now that I know that that's pretty centered, I'm going to glue my balloon down first. And you could pop these up. I'm just adding adhesive to the back. I'm going to layer it right about there. There we go. So my first one's down. Okay, and with this one, there we go. And then my green one. So I've got my 3 balloons. Very fun. And now with these dies as well, you have 2 string options. You have these little wavy ones, or you have straight ones. So I thought for this one, I might do 3. I'm gonna do 3 of the straight ones. And I'm just gonna add a little glue under here. I'm gonna say this and no glue is gonna come out. Oh yeah, it worked. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little glue here and a little glue here. And I take that back. I'm gonna do this one first. I'm gonna kind of lift that up. And you know, I might wanna just keep my string loose. That's kind of fun. I didn't even need glue on it. All right, take my next guy. I'm just gonna put glue on one end. When I was laying this out, I had a totally different idea than what I'm doing now, which is kind of funny. I was gonna have all my strings kind of coming together, but now laying this out, I really like the floating away balloon look. That is also fun. Okay, and even though you can't see the little tie end of the balloon, my brain will not allow there to not be a 3rd string. There has to be one, because I know the balloon has a string. So it could be coming from behind this blue guy a little bit. It's fighting with me. Come back. We're gonna scoot you over a little bit because technically it's behind. Oh my goodness. I might just have to give up there. There we go. Huh. Phew. I won that battle. It was touch and go there for a minute. All right, you guys. So we have, it's party time. Then we have our balloons. Then we have, like I said, a place where you could put your seine. But next, we are going to add some bling. I'm going to take some of these guys. And I think I'm just going to leave this with no string. Call me crazy. And I'm going to use some of these dark ones. They're so pretty. I love the color. I actually wish I had some papers this color, like more of a darker raspberry, which is so pretty. Okay, we're going to do those. We're going to do some down here. And You could do this obviously with your florals, which would be really pretty, or for St. Patrick's Day, a big shamrock. You do a big thank you card. But I just thought my big It's Party Time balloon needed a fun, kind of different, fun fold card. So there's that. That was pretty easy, right? We did that pretty quickly. Look at the side profile. You've got a lot going on. Lots of fun. Set you aside. And we are going to work on our next one. And I am going to be incorporating a couple other. So this is going to be my card base. And I am going to be using our gold paper. And that banner is from the Thick Flag banner dies. And I am actually going to, I'm not going to use all of this. So I'm debating if I want to cut it. And I think I do because this gold paper is so special. So I think I'm just going to trim it here. And I am actually going to glue this to the back of my next layer, which is going to be this guy. So I have my embossed paper here. So I used that embossing folder that is included in this kit, which is so fun. I don't know about you guys, but I am in love with all of these fabulous Pink and Main embossing folders. And one of my favorite features is the fact that you can see them. So for instance, keep in mind with this, when you put your paper in here, make sure you can actually read the pink side is facing up. So that way, when you get it out, everything is faced the right way. I know that might sound silly, but let's say you had like a giant letter or something. You don't want it to be reversed. Obviously, right now with something this shape, you could flip it over. But just letting you know, this is the front. And it keeps it nice and easy because you can actually see through it and see all the words. Okay, so I'm going to be just layering this gold piece on top of my banner here. I just wanted a little extra hint of that gold on the top of my card. So nothing too dramatic. All right, set that right about, I think I'm gonna go, I was gonna go all the way to the top, but I want my words to stick out. So I'm gonna go right there, make sure it's a little crooked. Perfect. I'm making fun of myself. I mean, if you can't make fun of yourself, then what? Where's the fun in that? Okay, so we've got some shimmery gold. We've got our fabulous embossing folder. And I saved this so I can now use that. If I use another one, I can have the tail sticking out on the bottom, or I can die cut something out of that. Now, some other really fun things you could do with your giant balloons instead of just using it for the stamp is I'm going to just use it as a layered die. So I am going to now glue my balloon on as just a fun layered die. You can also cut it out and layer it. I think this would be a fabulous shaker as well. And you can just use your stack circles for that. So I now have 4 layers, my background, my little gold, my purple, and my beautiful dark blue. And let's see, I think I'm gonna layer balloons in it. I'm going crazy, balloon in balloon. Very fancy. All right, so we are gonna center this guy first. And I'm gonna stick my strings in, even though it wasn't the easiest thing. I'm gonna stick my strings in again after I glue them down. Do a gold balloon. We'll call it a mylar. Do they even have gold mylars? Are they all silver? It's been a long time since I was in the balloon business. That was my first job in high school. Flowers and balloons. Okay, and the last one I'm gonna do is this really fun one. And this actually should be poked up more, but you know what? It's perfect just the way it is because it's not going anywhere. All right. Using those really fun pattern paper again. And then I also am going to make this a numeric card, and I am very happy to be using the thin numbers dies. So the thin numbers dies are fabulous, and there are stamps to match. So you cannot, not only can you die cut them, but you could stamp them as well. But I die cut them with the, just went ahead and die cut them. Didn't actually do any, speak Donna, didn't actually do any stamping. Okay, I'm not going to glue these on because I'm going to add my strings to my balloons. And I am going to use, here it is. Okay, so I have this gold twine. This came out in one of our kits. I'm not 100% sure if it's sold separate. I hope so. Hopefully I'm not just using something you guys can't scoop up. But I am going to unravel, and I'm just going to use the gold pieces. Crazy, I know. So I am going to glue my little gold pieces, and I'm going to do 3 as well, if I can pick it up. Okay. There's my first one. Where's my little pokey tool? You would think I would be helping myself by using all the fabulous tools that I own to make my life easier. There we go. I know you were probably shouting from home like, hello, Demo, use your pokey tool. So thanks for the help, guys. Okay, there is gold string number 1, and we want you to be right over there. Okay, we are gonna do number 2. Okay, so I recommend gluing these onto your balloons first. Now that I've done it this way 2 times, pick your strings first. Okay, there's 2, and yes, I need to do a 3rd. And I am going to unravel this. And I just love because it has that curly ribbon look. And it's a nice, pretty shimmery that goes with my gold. Talk about luck. Okay. I am going to have my ribbon stick out of here. I feel like I'm doing like a little minor surgery to my card. No balloons were harmed in the making of this card. We're going to just tuck that in there. There we go. Go in. Go to your home. Aha. Okay. And we will trim those. You could even with these bring them all together right here. Ooh, that's kind of fun. Huh. I'm not going to make it overcomplicated. We're not going to do that. I mean, it'll be a first for me. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3. But it would be super cute to tie them all together as well. Okay, I'm going to take my 18. I know I said I wasn't going to glue it on, but I am going to glue it on because I left enough room, so I'm going to put my seine right on top there. So I'm going to drop my 18 right here. And I love this paper that comes in the kit because it actually has paper on the back. So it glues down really nicely. Same with the glitter paper. It is a nice matte backing, so it doesn't become too difficult to work with. All right, so we are just going to do one more thing to our card, and I'm going to kind of break my rules here. And I'm tapping into the Mega Birthday Sentiments foilable sheets, And these are from the Foil of the Month Club. And this month, I mean, I like it every month, but I love all the birthday stuff. You can never get too many birthday things. And what is so awesome about this is you have all these pre-stamped, I mean, I know they're not stamped, but all these pre-made sayings. So I know, like the rest of you, you sometimes are in a bind for time. And just having all of these at your fingertips is so awesome. And I'm not even going to foil mine. I am going to pick a saying, I'm going to cut it out, I'm going to glue it to my card, and voila. All right, so I'm going to grab my paper cutter. Okay. And I am going to use, okay, so I'm going to cut, I think I'm going to use just happy birthday to you. So I'm going to cut this guy out. And then I'm going to cut this guy out. And I do love all of my fabulous Caterpillar products that you saw me use tonight. The scoreboard, the light board, my paper cutter. If you are interested in any of those goodies, I do have a 15% off code that you guys can use. And it is Demo Donna. So you could check out their products and use code Demo Donna, all one word, and you can get 15% off. So check that out. And also, if you are shopping at Pink and Main tonight and you're ordering extra goodies, you can use code Demo Donna with that too and receive a free gift. So that is with all extra materials. If you're just purchasing the kit, you just get the kit. I think they're all pre-packed. But if you're ordering other things like the number dies or the twine or, I don't know, there's so many fabulous things. You know, right? Are you guys with me? Have you been on the website? It is crazy. Okay. Crazy good. How many fun things. I can get lost. All right. So I've got a really simple happy birthday to you. I could have popped it up. I could have, but it's fine. But I've got that nice texture background, my fun little, oh, I'm going to add, oh my goodness, you guys, I almost didn't use our awesome little confettis. Oh, here they are. This is that fun part of the show where oh, will those work in Laminator? Are you talking about the foiling, Jennifer? Yes. So here's the thing. I think people that first start working with Viking colors, oh my gosh, Katrina, that is so funny. And yes, it was Mardi Gras, I think yesterday, right? Sorry, this is why I'm so terrible at reading comments because I am such a squirrel kind of girl. Jennifer, yes, I highly recommend if you're kind of new to foiling and you want to play with it, you can use your laminator. That's how I started. It wasn't as crisp and perfect as when you are using your actual Pink and Main foiling, your mini mink foiling machine. So like I said, my first couple of times I did it with my laminator. And then when I'm like, okay, this is awesome, I went ahead and picked up the mini mink machine, which is fabulous. So check that out. Okay, Katrina, I need to tell you a hilarious story about Vikings colors while I glue these guys on. Because as most of you know, I'm from California, and purple and gold in California are the Lakers. So when I first moved to Minnesota, I could not figure out for the life of me why there were so many Laker fans here. I was on the phone with one of my girlfriends, and I was in line for a food truck picking up fish and chips, no sticks, and was just flabbergasted. I was like, I cannot believe this guy in front of me is such a huge Laker fan. He even has purple and gold shoes. Like, wow, I had no idea. I mean, like, I figured they would have their own basketball team, but that's just so awesome. Yeah, little did I know. Just goes to show what a huge sports fan I am. I know some of you super sporty people would find that hilarious, but then people like me that don't really follow anything but whatever sport your kid plays, it makes a lot of sense. Okay, there we go. It's all good that you're late, Polly. It's all good. Thank you for laughing, Katrina. Wow, I cannot speak tonight. Katrina, thank you for laughing. I appreciate it. Okay, so now we have a pretty short and sweet happy birthday to you. And then we have this fun fold, whoop, and that folds up to be our A2. But look at how fun that is when they open that up. And you can add more sayings on here. Tap into here. You can have a saying on each page, each layer of your fun fold card. I did list out the scoring dimensions as well as the paper sizes for this card. Who knows, Teresa, maybe we'll do this fold in our next class. So there you guys go. There's everything. Remember, if you want to check out this month's Crafty Courtyard, it is such a great deal. Scoop up your box, get your subscription today. I mean, it's your birthday, right? That's what it says right there. It's all of our birthdays. We need one of these kits. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Another fabulous evening. I'm glad we went rogue and did a fun fold. Okay, Karen, I will do this fold for our next class. Deal. Now I just have to put it together. Thank you guys. Have a fabulous evening. Oh, I'll say goodbye like a proper person. Bye, everybody. Happy birthday to all you March birthdays. Happy birthday to Pink and Maine. Bye-bye.